good evening. Hello, hello. All right, so there are 3 things you guys should know about me because we're all just on a big awkward group date right now. I was born in the 1900s, because that's what we're saying now, right? We can't say we were born in 1970, whatever, 1980. No, we were born in the 1900s. So I'm taking that, I'm claiming that. I'm a rule follower. I like to read the directions. I consider myself a decent human being. I put the grocery cart away in the cart corral. Okay? And number 3, I seem to have Catholic guilt without ever having ever been to church. So, keep those things in mind. So I went to see my doctor recently, and I mentioned to her that I'm having trouble sleeping. Now, I love my doctor. Her bedside manner is like that of a swarty bartender. We don't hold back with each other. We tell each other to fuck off. We talk shit about the other doctors in the practice that I don't like. It's really good. It's really good. Now, I know you're all jealous, and you're like, sign me up for her. But I will not be telling you her name. I will not be telling you where she practices, or if she's here tonight or not. So I tell her I haven't slept in over 2 months, and she says, that's physically impossible. And I asked her if she wanted to come over sometime and witness the impossible, because we're at that point in our relationship. I tell her I've tried everything. Melatonin, a new pillow, a weighted blanket, sex before bed. Don't have sex before bed. Eating before bed. Not eating before bed. I've tried everything, and for anybody out there who has never, has had issues trying to sleep, you are desperate and you will try anything. So we go through this laundry list of medications that she could prescribe me, and I'm not really into it because I've experienced that trip that is Ambien and Lunesta. Remember the commercials with the green butterfly? That shit is no joke. I'm shutting her down left and right. And after we've gone back and forth a few times, she turns to me and she's like, what do you think about weed? Okay. I'm listening. Let's talk about this. Immediately, because you know doctors now, everything's computerized and medical, and the laptop gets pushed to the side. And out comes a Post-it note. And she is writing on the Post-it note, and I'm thinking, this is a legit prescription here. She's telling me where to go. This is what you need to get. You need a vape cartridge, battery, you need some gummies, and don't forget, and it's cash only. It's cash only. She made that very specific. It's cash only. And I'm like, okay. So she writes on the Post-it note, she turns to me and says, so when's the last time you smoked weed? I never have. The opportunity never presented itself, okay? It didn't. Okay. She turns. This is gonna be so cute for you. Okay. So I take my Post-it note and I go on my way, and the first thing I need to do is get cash because nobody's carrying cash with them anymore, and I really don't know how much I need to get. So I withdraw $500. I don't know. What is the price of a good night's sleep? To me, $500 works. So I make my way to the dispensary, which is lovely. It's not as shady as I thought it was going to be. It's brand new construction. It's like a rustic barn that you see on HGTV. It's glorious. Now, I haven't got out of the car yet. I'm sitting in the parking lot. I'm a little scrunched down in my seat because I'm looking to see who else is here. Who else is here? Okay, they're going in. Okay, they're going. Oh, no, they're coming up. I don't know. Oh, they're in the car next to me. They're in the car. Okay, look at your phone. Look at your phone. Look at your phone. Okay, all right, they're going. They're going. Okay. And this is a midday on a Tuesday, and the line is just people are coming in and out and in and out. I'm like, okay, I'm at the right place. So in scanning the parking lot, I look and I see an old school white Toyota Camry. It's kind of like a wannabe Lamborghini. And it has New York plates on it. Are there any fans of The Office here? Anybody like The Office? Okay, so The license plate says, Prison Mike! On it. And on the back of the car are bumper stickers of Steve Carell, who plays Michael Scott, who plays Prison Mike on the show. So I'm taking this is a sign that I'm supposed to be here because I love The Office. It is my go-to show. It is comfort food for my soul. I know what time it's on. I know what channel to find it on. And yes, I said channel. Again, I grew up in the 1900s. I don't believe in the instant gratification of streaming services, even though I subscribe to like 5 of them. So I go in. And I first met with an employee behind the glass. Like, I'm about to buy 2 tickets to like an NC-17 movie matinee, and I give him my ID under the door. And as soon as I pass that test, then he buzzes me in. I'm like, oh, this is like legit. And I go in and it's like I'm a babe in the woods. I'm looking all around. It's like my first time at Disney. It's so nice and clean. And I'm checking out the merchandise in the case. There's some sweatshirts. I can get a logo, maybe a bumper sticker. I'm in line waiting my turn. There's a wall of fake plants. And I'm like, is there a way I could integrate that into my home office? I'm really kind of digging. Okay, I want to hang out here more. So now it's my turn, and I take my Post-it note, and I slide it across the counter to the guy. Like, I'm legit handing him a prescription, and he's a pharmacist, and I'm like, I haven't been sleeping, my doctor told me to come here, and I've never done this before, okay. And he's like, thought this was the best thing. He's like, oh my gosh, this is so great. It's like I'm at confession now. So we've all established that I'm the weed virgin, and he's showing me everything to do and how to use it because there's buttons on a vape pen. So it's 5 to turn it on, 3 to adjust the setting, 2 to start it, 5 to turn it back off. But don't forget to turn the top for the airflow because remember, I like to follow directions and rules, even when it comes to weed. So I have to pick a flavor, and my choices are either foul mouth or wedding pie. It's kind of a no-brainer that I'm going with wedding pie because who came up with foul mouth and what? No, I don't think so. Now, he's got great salesmanship. He's telling me how wonderful the product is. It has the sedative properties I'm looking for. He's a total professional at his craft. We're wrapping up the sale, which wasn't as pricey as I thought. And he's bagging everything for me, and he says, you're gonna experience yourself on like a whole new level. I'm sorry, what now? Yeah, like, be prepared for like some mind-expanding dreams. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thanks. I'm out. Now, I take my bag of goodies and I go home, and per my doctor's instructions, see also the Post-it, I am to take a few hits to help make me sleepy, and then eat an edible to help me stay asleep. And apparently, when I shared that with my castmates, that's a lot of weed. I don't know. Haven't done this before. I grew up with Nancy Reagan telling me to just say no. I'm waiting for her to pop out of my bedroom closet and be like, Claire, put it down! Just say no! So, yeah, I'm like, just kind of seeing what happens, and I'm definitely feeling sleepy. My tongue's starting to tingle. And not like just my tongue, but like the tip of my tongue is starting to tingle. Like right here, it's starting to tingle. And I definitely, like, I don't really care about anything. I'm feeling a little giggly, and then comes the whoosh. It's like someone is holding Tinkerbell over me and spanking the shit out of her, and it is just raining down on me. Oh, it's glorious. It is glorious. I've gone to church. Yes. I'm like, I'm ready. Bring on the mind-expanding dreams. feelings. I'm ready to experience myself on a whole new level. I'm so sorry, Nancy, but this is great. So needless to say, it works. And now I'm a regular at my little dispensary. I call in advance to make sure my stuff is in stock because dispensaries are not immune to the supply chain issues that we have. And I take the time to look at the menu. I didn't know there was a menu the first time because I was just like too freaked out and I wanted to like go and get out as fast as possible. And you know, you can look into different flavors, and there's indica, and there's loose, and there's pre-roll. There's so much to get. And I've now expanded my flavors to, you know, do-si-do and blue raspberry, because why not? And as for my mind-expanding dreams, every night is like a trip to Willy Wonka's factory. I might be licking some wallpaper. I might be on that really trippy paddle boat ride down a freaky tunnel. But either way, I am hanging out with the Oompa Loompas and breaking through the glass ceiling. Anyway, thanks, you guys have been great. Don't forget to put your butts in there. Everybody, clamor it